Welcome, friends. My name is Scott Rossiter with Skagit Habitat for Humanity, and with me today is Joe Weistep. Joe is a realtor and a longtime friend and supporter of Habitat. He's graciously agreed to come with me today because I work for Habitat for Humanity. I don't show homes for a living. Joe shows homes for a living, so I was so grateful when he said he would come and join us today and help me point out some of the really cool features of the house we have today.
So I really appreciate the opportunity. I love giving back with Habitat for Humanity as much as possible. I've learned a lot of people don't really know who Habitat for Humanity is for. So who do you build the houses for?
The households that are participants in our homebuyer programs are all low-income households, typically earning between 30 to 60% of what the average person makes in Skagit County. In addition to that, they are folks who are paying typically between 30 to 50% or more of their monthly income in rent right now. So they're housing cost burdened and are all living in substandard housing currently. So they have homes currently, but there's something about it that's substandard. It's inadequate in some way. You know, typically inadequate is going to mean that it's overcrowded. Maybe there's not, good quality heating, or that there's a difficulty with the access to utilities or even appliances that don't work regularly. And so those are the families that we are serving. So Joe, let's just take a walk around outside here and we can take a look at the front yard, maybe some of the exterior features of the home. And love this wonderful front porch. What do you call something like this?
A covered porch.
A covered porch. Fantastic. That's one of those technical terms that I don't know.
It's a really inviting entranceway too. You don't normally get on a affordable build something with some kind of stone accent window in the front door.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's amazing the kind of care and attention to detail that our construction manager and the volunteers and the other folks who work on the homes really put into the details to make it really feel like a home.
It's fantastic. I mean, the contrast of the natural wood on the ceiling for the light is just a beautiful touch.
Yeah, absolutely. So wonderful. Well, let's keep walking around this back here, and yeah, definitely. All those little details that are paid attention to in the process is really great.
It's fantastic. The fence is beautiful. It's plush green grass. You can't beat that. That's what everybody wants right now, especially as the weather comes nice.
Yeah. And in addition to the parking in front where we started out, you have this additional parking pad in the back here for extra parking. So you can have, lots of friends, family over to visit. So also another really nice feature. All right, so let's walk around.
So how does Habitat for Humanity build affordable homes for people like this?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's another question that I get a lot. And so, as I mentioned, the home buyers that participate in our program are low-income families. And many of them they need to be able to qualify for a home loan as part of the process, but many of them will only qualify for less than what the house would actually cost. And so this is where the community partners that we have, the businesses that will donate not only materials, but time and talent as well, and of course, sponsorship financially to these homes makes up the difference between what the home buyer can afford to purchase and what they qualify for and what it costs us to actually build the homes. And so because of that generosity from our community, and it's amazing generosity, everywhere I go, people are so excited about what Habitat does, and they're asking the question, how do we help? How do we get involved with that? And so without that generosity, and frankly, I'd rather say it more positively, because of that generosity, this moment is possible for us to be standing here at our 40th home for Habitat and saying, we're getting ready to dedicate this. So that's
a fantastic achievement.
Yeah.
40, congratulations. It's a great program and glad to help any way I can.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that we're going to see over the next couple of days as we do those videos is we're going to take a time now and we're actually going to say thank you to the sponsors and the gift-in-kind donors and the people who have given their time and talent as part of these videos, because we really want to help the community know how involved the whole community is in making this work, so that we can help low-income families find quality, affordable homes that are transformational in their lives. So definitely want to stop for a moment and just say a major thank you out to Marathon Petroleum for their sponsorship of this project. Want to say thank you to the People's Bank Foundation, who gave generously to this project. Want to say thank you to Banner Bank for their role in providing support and assistance for this program. And a huge shout out to Pacific Wood Tech Corporation for their gifts of materials to this project. You can't build a house if you don't have the materials. And in that same vein, a huge thanks to Mount Vernon Building Center and also to Peaks Northwest Roofing for the labor they put into putting a quality roof on this home. And so thank you so much to Marathon Petroleum, People's Bank Foundation, Banner Bank, Pacific Wood Tech Corporation, Mount Vernon Building Center, and Peaks Northwest Roofing for making these things possible. So, and we're going to shout out more of our sponsors and in-kind donors throughout the rest of the videos this week.
Well, it's a beautiful day. The outside of this house is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm really eager to see the inside. I do have one question. Do you have the Habitat for Humanity buyers help build in the process?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You'll hear the term sweat equity used when you talk about the Habitat home buyers and the process they go through. So for the home buyers, it's 250 hours of sweat equity per adult. So if it's a single parent, they would have 250 hours. If it's two parents, it would be 500 hours. And one of the really great things about that is that you actually permit friends and family to help you fulfill those hours. And so what that does is it actually creates a wonderful community and a wonderful sense of bond, and creates a way for their friends and family to come around them and contribute with their labor. So fantastic, a feature of what we do in the home buyer process.
Fantastic. And as a recovering auto mechanic, I can tell you, understanding the mechanics of your home is absolutely key. It really makes to help with your preservation and just enjoyment of the home.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gives that sense of, really personal investment in the property as you're working along that. Just it makes that moment when we're standing there to do the dedication, which is going to happen very soon, just all that more meaningful to have been part of the process of building it. So, yeah.
Fantastic. So what ways does Habitat for Humanity help support and prepare the home buyer during the process?
It's a great question, Joe, because one of the things that's certainly a big concern for us is that as these home buyers come into this moment, that they're as fully supported as possible to launch successfully and be able to maintain being a homeowner. And so there's a lot of support that comes around them. We assign a home buyer support coach who's a volunteer that walks with them throughout the entire process and encourages them, helps them navigate all the pieces of it. We also have professionals from the community that come in and they will teach about mortgages, how to walk through the mortgage process, and they actually get help as they walk through the mortgage process. We'll have folks that will come in, professionals in the community that will talk about how to build a monthly budget so that you have that margin to be able to afford to take care of a home, so that you're putting money away for the repairs that are eventually going to happen. What else do we do for them? Those are probably the main ways that we come around them and support them. I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting.
Well, that's a fantastic support network. I know a lot of first-time buyers that definitely don't get that type of coaching during their process, and I think it's an absolutely fantastic service to give them. It's vital, and it really should be something that's practiced more often in the industry, personally, I think.
Yeah, and we're able to do that because of the generosity of the volunteers that give that time and talent and really emotional energy to the process to come around this home buyer. So we're so grateful for the volunteers that are on our home buyer support committee and the professionals in the community that give their time to teach those classes and be part of the process. So because of them, that's possible. Well, let's go ahead and break the suspense and start to head inside. But before we do that, we're going to take a pause and we're going to put on our booties so that we take good care of the new floors that are in here. So we're going to take a pause, put these on, and then head inside. Well, Joe, we've got our protective footwear on, and so I think we're ready to go inside. And just wanted to take a moment again to just add on to the last thought that we shared, that I'm so excited that as part of what we do, it's more than just building a house that's affordable. It's coming around that family and supporting them in a way that they launch into that with success. And so what an amazing thing we're able to do for them. So,
It's fantastic.
all right, let's go inside, and I think we're going to start with the bedrooms. So let's go inside and take a look. Great, well here we are inside the house. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, and so let's take a look at the bedrooms. And walk into bedroom number 1 here. So Joe, you were mentioning something earlier when we walked through the house, is how much you appreciated the thoughtfulness of some of the planning that went on in here, as far as like the electrical outlets and the cable and the rest of that.
Yeah, in this market, we're seeing a lot of homes being flipped that are quickly being modernized, and some of the aspects are not being thought of, such as putting an outlet and your coaxial cable connection high up where you're going to mount a TV on the wall. That is something that we're just not seeing consistently in all these updates.
Yeah.
So I really like seeing that somebody's taken the time and thought to make sure that the bills for everything are keeping up with the current needs for the consumers.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be a home that's going to be able to be, without needing additional modification for a good time into the future because of those features that are being added. So that's great. Let's go take a look at the primary bedroom. So here we are in the primary bedroom for the home, and you were just noticing something about some of the additional thoughtful features that were put inside. I'm looking up at would you call it a smoke detector or
It's smoke and CO2, carbon monoxide. A lot of times you don't see them built in as one. You'll have a smoke detector in one location and a carbon monoxide detector added as an afterthought for compliance. It's nice to see them built in as one. It's just less holes you're putting in your walls and less batteries you have to change.
Yeah, fantastic features. So, nice room here with, good daylight coming in. So, fantastic primary bedroom. Oh, another thing that you pointed out on an earlier part of our walkthrough as we were getting familiar with the home was the heating situation, where we had, individual heaters in each of the rooms.
Yeah, having individual thermostats and individually heated rooms is a real concern for some people right now. Some rooms are just not being used all the time, and having to heat part of the house unnecessarily is an unnecessary expense. So being able to control them is a nice feature to have.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the 3rd bedroom. And so let's go ahead and head that way.
All right.
And here we are in the 3rd bedroom for this house. Wonderful. Again, you were talking, as we were touring earlier, again, getting the lay of the land, about what's desirable in a house these days, or the fact that it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Tell me more about that.
It is very hard for buyers right now. Inventory is extremely low. The advantage is with the sellers. The hardest category that is feeling that crunch is a 3-bed, 2-bath home under 500,000.
Yeah.
Everybody coming to the table knows that they're going to write offers that they're going to lose out on. And having this type of home available to people is absolutely necessary.
Yeah, and you bring up a really good topic about home affordability and why it's such a challenge right now. And we're going to talk more about that tomorrow as we continue our tour and we get a look at the living room and kitchen, which I know everyone's been dying to see. So hope you come back tomorrow to join us for that part of the tour. Before we go, I do want to take a moment and just again say thank you to our sponsors, to our generous gift in kind donors, to the generous folks who volunteered labor and their time. So they gave their gifts of time, talent, treasure, and testimony even for this project to happen. Because of them, we're standing here in this 3rd bedroom for this house. And so I want to take a moment to say thank you to the Trust Company, say thank you to the Sierra Pacific Lumber and the Sierra Pacific Foundation for their generous donation. To Sherwood and Son Foundations, thank you so much for your gift. To Lisser and Associates, thank you so much for the really great work you did on doing some of the survey for the site so we could actually build this house. And lastly, I want to say thank you to Cascade Gutter, who came out and put some amazing gutters on this house. which is really key to long-term quality lasting of the home, is to have good quality gutters. So wonderful, fantastic community partners, the Trust Company, Sierra Pacific Lumber and Sierra Pacific Foundation, Sherwood and Son Foundations, Lisser and Associates, Cascade Gutter. Thank you so much for being here today. Tune in tomorrow when we do our next segment and we see the big reveal of the living room and the kitchen I know you've all been waiting for. If you missed that, you'll be able to catch it on social media on replay. Be sure and tune in live on Saturday the 16th at 10 a.m. where we're going to premiere the dedication ceremony. You're not going to want to miss that. So thanks for being part of this today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.